Hello everyone. I am so happy to be here. I'm happy that you're here. Today I'm planning a short video. It is about a new journal and I just want to show you a new, I don't know if it's new, but it's new to me, a new binding method. And the reason I say it's new to me is because it was 2 o'clock in the morning and yeah, then I wonder why I'm tired. It was 2 o'clock in the morning and I thought of an idea and I thought, oh my goodness, I've never done this before. So what I have here is a bunch of small pieces of paper, and some of them I've already scored and folded this way. Okay, so just like that. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a short video. I might do a little more than just the binding method, but this one I scored and folded, but it was a longer page, so it's double, and this now will fold out because it brings some interest to our journal. So I'm going to keep going. So I would like my journal to not be wider than this. It can be, the pages can be longer. That does not bother me at all. In fact, I find that it's fun, it brings interest, and I don't mind that some of the pages are a tiny bit, wider, but just around that size I think is very pleasing. So I have this one here. I think it's very pretty. This one is also larger, but I'm thinking maybe a tuck space with the other side. Why not? So what I'm going to do is I score at the same spot. So I leave like this space, and that's where I'm going to score. So I always align myself with this line right here for every single page. That way, of course, I know that all my score lines are in the same spot, just like so. And then where is my tool? Okay. And then I make sure that the pages are folded properly both ways and that they are very flexible. Maybe some of you know already where I'm going with this. And there'll be some options, which we all love options. And so I will give you an option or two. Okay, so there we go. That is perfect. Now, the width is a little too much, so I will align myself with the larger page and see what I want, where I want the, yeah, I'm going to fold it right here. So maybe a little mark here, just so I remember. Yeah, that's all I need. So why not score so it will be easier to fold, because it is a little thicker paper. There you go. And that will be my tuck spot on the other side of this page. So then you have to decide the order of your pages. So I haven't thought of it much. This is the front, which will be decorated. I do like this. So maybe this. And then maybe, oh yes, that's right. I have this one with a pocket, like a page that opens up. Okay. How about this? And then, so this is the back. And then how about this one? So it would be like this. I'm doing it backwards, you'll see. So then we could add this one. Why not? But first, now maybe a shorter one. Yes. Then maybe the envelope one. Like that. And then, or, hold on, just trying to see. We'll see what it looks like when I flip it. I'm just trying to think backwards a tiny bit. Okay, and this would be the back. Now, the only thing is, why is the back smaller? Oh, it's still folded. I thought this is strange. It was supposed to be, okay, so this is the back. Now, I want to add this, I think, right from the start to break the, dark coffee stained and add some lightness there. I like that. Now, like this and this, I was thinking whatever I decide to decorate, and I can decorate this could be in the front of it all, So let's see what we think. So, I mean, you can still change your mind, and you'll see why in a minute when I show you how to bind this. So let's see, we flip the pages. Yes, and then we have this one right here. And that's, oh, beautiful flower, da-da-da. Okay. And then we have this, but, oh, this one opens this way. Okay, I like it. Yes. Oops, let's keep this unfolded. Oh, no, that's right. That's a little tuck spot. I forgot. Yes. Then we have this beautiful thing, and then flower paper, a pocket, and the end. I like it. Perfect. Okay. The other step, and this, I mean, it doesn't determine the order of your pages, okay? So that's not what I mean. However, it is good to know, like, these pieces, right? Are you going to align them in the bottom? Are you going to put it completely in the bottom? Are you going to put it in the middle? I choose the middle, and you'll see why. So let's say something like that. And so the rest are pretty much just same height, or give more or less, give or take. But let me see. Yeah, okay. So, well, this one is a little shorter as well, but it will, for me, the shorter ones will be aligned in the middle. And so the reason it's important to determine that is our binding method. So the binding method I want to go with, you could, first of all, the first option would be to align everything the way you want it, which is actually, I should have called this two binding method, but one of them you all know is you align the way you want it, and you choose the order right away. Okay, that's the only time for this binding method that I'm going to tell you that you need to determine right away the order of each, because after that you can't really undo it. If you have a good sewing machine, not like mine is a baby sewing machine, it would die on me if I tried to sew this. Then again, it might work. However, if you have a good one, you could sew right here, and these pages will flip easily, because we made sure, see where I'm going with this? We made sure to score and fold and make sure the folds are easy and very flexible, so that everything just flows right. Okay, you understand where this was going? However, my method is to punch holes, and then we'll attach with beautiful ribbons. Of course, you could attach with tiny little rings, binder rings I think they're called. And in the holes, you can decide what you're going to do. So, for instance, let's start with the smaller one. The reason you need to make sure where, this might be a little short because I only want 2 holes like this. So this is a little in the middle. I would have liked the holes to almost be at the limit of this page. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one or maybe use the larger one. I think this will be better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to recreate that fold line, and I'll use this one instead. So, there. Perfect. So now that this is scored, because the other one didn't allow me to put holes at a reasonable distance. See, this will. Okay, so you have to make your holes so that all of your pages are attached. So technically you should align yourself with your shorter pages, which for me was this one, but it's a little too short. That is not going to work. This, if I'm not mistaken, yes, this is the shorter page that I have. So I want it to be probably close to the limit, because I know that if I take the shorter one, it will fit all the other pages. Okay, so you decide where, because these are adjustable. If not, of course, if you only have like something like this, it's fine. You know, once you've determined this page, then you can align your others with it. But I do have it, so I will use it. And I think maybe a little less further. Let's see. And I don't want it too close. And you also have to determine how close you want it. The reason is, and you have to stay within your fold line, which is another reason why you have to really fold and really crease it so you can actually see it when you're doing your hole. And you want to be right in the middle of it. Okay, so I'm thinking this right here looks really good. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, just like that. So I know right now that this is enough space for what, you may ask? For something like this. You can decide that you're going to reinforce every hole with these if you want to. And you want it, see, mine would not fit perfectly, but again, once they're all glued, I can still trim this little leftover circle. It does not matter, and it still looks beautiful. Or, of course, you can put an eyelet. It would look beautiful. Or you put nothing. You don't have to put anything. Now, if you put an eyelet, depending on the size of your journal, it might get pretty thick here and, you know, a little bit of weight. But I don't have that many pages, so I might decide to do just that. The only reason is because I wouldn't want some of the pages to rip. Now, I do have good quality paper for most of the pages, so I don't think I need to reinforce the holes here. And let's not forget that it's not like this sheet alone will be holding on its own where it's going to get ripped. It's not. It will be in the middle of a whole other bunch of sheets, and all we're going to do, we're never going to pull on it, we're just going to fold. Okay, so the reason I'm telling you all this is because these are all little things you need to think about. So unlike me, if you have bigger pages, you might want to make your fold a little wider so that you can have enough space to put these paper reinforcement. Now, I made these myself with whatever, you know, die I had. I think these are the same size. I don't know. Let me see. These seem a little smaller, but they don't fill the hole. So I made these with, you know, these kinds of punches by punching in the middle of a circle. But if you absolutely want it to fit, then look, I could have done my fold line right here and it would have been perfect. So it's really up to you. You could also simply, if you're worried about certain pages, nothing prevents you from reinforcing the page with a piece of paper that you'll glue here and then punch your hole. You could put, I don't know, here, you could put a washi tape, right? You could put a piece of washi tape on this part and then punch your hole. If you're really worried about a few types of paper that might be a little too thin. But like I said, in this case, I'm not too worried because this page will not be pulled in any way. It will just be flipped, okay? So for the other pages, of course, you can't just go like this because now your holes won't align with each other. So, like this one, for instance, I know that this needs to be right here. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to make a little dot or a little circle. And now I will punch right in here. And I know everything will be lined up. If I can see. There was the piece of paper there I couldn't see. There we go. And now I know it's at the right spot. And inside the crease line. Now, do you see where this is going? Isn't that beautiful? So now, of course, I don't remember the order of my pages. I think something like that. Doesn't matter. And that's another thing. With this method, because the only thing we will do is probably, let me, I don't know, this color or that color. Anyways, we're probably going to pass something like that to, my goodness, okay, to bind our pages and make beautiful bows. You can do it one here on all the holes and make the bow here, or you can pass the ribbon, let's say, behind all the holes, bring them up and do a big nice bow here in the middle. So the beauty of that is you want to add a page, take this off, add the page. You want to, take a page out, do the same. You're not ready yet because you want to decorate your pages, but now they're all in the way of each other. You can undo your book, deal with the page, and put it back together. You don't like the order it's in, you can switch it around. Nothing is bound forever with this binding method. That's all it was. Now, of course, it's not completely done. So what I'm going to do, though, just for at least leave you on something more than this, I'm going to continue punching the holes, and I will put it together. Okay, it's not going to be forever because, like I said, I will probably undo it to work on each page, but just to show you. Okay, so I'll go and fast forward for this, and at least I'll leave you with the better idea of the finished product. Now for this part, before I assemble it and show you the finished product, I just wanted to mention that I will put eyelids, eyelids, eyelets, eyelids, oh my goodness, eyelets on these two together, okay, and the back one, the very last one, but not the ones in the middle, because again, like I mentioned, I'm not worried. They won't be pulled in any way. This is more aesthetic than anything else, okay? Okay, so to bind them together, you can use one of those big needles, but you also could have put the ribbon through the holes with something like this, or your fingers if it's a rope, depending on what you use. I've decided to go with this. So and because the eyelets, oh, I don't know if the needle passes through the eyelet. I might have to do it the way I just explained, which is to pass them, and it might be too thick. I'll have to see along the way, if maybe I've exaggerated. I did like the idea of these two together because one is very, soft and the other one is more rugged. But if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit, right? So I'll see how it goes. But I've just wanted to show you that you could use one of these. Now, I didn't know that these would not go through once they have the fabric, because look, it's pretty big. I might have to do it in 2 shots, so let me see. Okay, so clearly it works when you only have one. And then I'll just do it again. Hopefully it will work. If not, it's okay. I think I really love the type of fabric I chose. I use this a lot. A lot. It's actually from Taperlogy, and when you buy those rub-ons that I've mentioned numerous times, you can also get the fabric that goes with the rub-ons. So this is what it is. You just now put all your sheets one after the other, just like so, until they're all gathered. Okay, so I don't know why I just didn't align all the holes and do it in one shot like I did for this one, but leave it to me, you know. I don't know, maybe I was afraid at first to see if it would fit all the holes, but the holes are the same, it's just a different paper. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to keep this, and my pages are not decorated, nothing is done, but I just wanted to show you, because now we have this journal that's really, you know, super simple, the way it's binded, and the pages all flip super easily. Now, don't forget, this will be a little tuck spot, and this, and as you can see, you can also do it with a page that's just folded in half, because this is not a single page, it's a one that's folded in half. And now this will be just a flip out, and we'll have a little something here and a little something there. And yeah, and this will be gluing, or I could leave it this way as well. I mean, it's kind of nice. I might. It just makes it interesting, I find. I don't know. I was going to make it into, you know, something to put a tag, but I kind of like it too this way. Anyways, it's fine. It's up to you. I just wanted to show you this. Now, I really usually love this rugged material, absolutely. But depending on how I choose to decorate this, I might switch for this or another type of ribbon, maybe lace. I have so many choices. I'm sure you do as well. But this was really to show you, you know, the potential of this binding method. Because the tab binding is also very good. The only thing is, once you've applied the tabs, you can't really undo what you've done. I know that some of you do little rings, like the rings. I don't like the rings. I find that the pages move unless the rings are really full, which would then be very difficult to move the pages, like, you know, like in the binder, really. This I prefer because the pages don't move around. There's no rings, there's no give. So I really love this. And like I said, I woke up at 2 a.m. Maybe I mentioned it, I don't know. I woke up at 2 a.m. and I had this idea, so I grabbed my phone in the dark and I tried to type what the idea was. It's full of mistake, but I was able to read myself again in the morning. Thank goodness. So there it is, friends. I hope you enjoyed this session. It's a little longer than I had anticipated. It had been a while since I spoke throughout the video. Usually lately I've been, you know, preferring not to speak while I do the videos, but today I thought, well, I'm going to speak throughout because I do want to give my input to you so that you know what you're doing and how I'm doing it and why, especially why, because sometimes we forget things that we have to think of before we assemble our journal, or like in this instance, before we make the holes in our pages. So there it is. If you found any value to this video, please give me a thumbs up. I absolutely need your help to get back into this algorithm which seems to have abandoned me lately, and not showing my videos to other people and other crafters like yourself. And I really would need that. So on this, I give you a great big hug from here in Nova Scotia, Canada. And as usual, I say thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye. Bye bye.